Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and oh my goodness, I am so excited to show you today's fantastic 2025 Renegade Classic. This is a fantastic vehicle. This is a 41-foot CRB, so a shorter coach with a ton of room and so many fantastic amenities. As usual, I love to start my videos from the inside out. And one of the things we want to talk about today is the fact that this coach is made with FRP. So this is made with fiberglass reinforced panels, also known as fiberglass reinforced plywood. But this is a really nice opportunity for anyone looking for a shorter RV with a ton of space and a really Mad Max build quality. So this RV has not only got a ton of sleeping accommodations, really nice finishes, a super solid build quality. It also has a bath and a half, things like this really beautiful in countertop lighting, nice solid maple dovetail drawers. So this is something that we saw go away in the middle of the COVID crisis. We saw a lot of coaches that went down in quality. The Renegade product has maintained this magnificent solid maple cabinetry. All of the build quality of this product has been sustained back into what is now regular production. So again, I don't know if you can get a side shot of that, Jody, but no staples here, just solid maple dovetail cabinetry. Jody says, no, I can't get a shot of it, Katie. Maybe we'll do it in the kitchen, not a big deal. Take a look at this huge medicine cabinet back here. So any kind of storage space, these are all adjustable cabinets. So regardless of what you have for products, you can put that in there. And then also you have this magnificent, huge mirror with a really nice decorative lighting in this coach. Also adjustable cabinets here. And then we've got a nice Magnum fan up top. This is gonna have the rain sensing capacity and also just giving you some fresh air and breathability. Another great feature of this coach is the size of this shower. If you're a big dude, this is a really big shower. And as you can see, I have a ton of headroom. You also have this really nice teak bench and a great little place to have storage where you can leave your shampoo and conditioner bottles in the coach while you're going down the road. They're not going to fall out. And there's also a place to hang your scrubby or your washcloth, as well as a nice robe hook here. And then another feature I wanted to mention is the San Marin toilet. One of the nicer features of this coach is that it has a low flush and a high flush. So of course, when we're talking about these classics, they have 150 gallons of fresh water and 75 gallons of gray water and black water, but it's nice to be able to conserve that with a lighter flush. Another great feature of this coach is a ton of room to keep your linens. And then as we come into this bedroom, this is one of my favorite features of this RV. A lot of times you'll find these really small wardrobes, you know, only about 18 inches of space on either side. You know, nice pocket drawers, right? We always have nice pocket drawers where you can keep all your denims, maybe your bulkier items. You can keep your PlayStation 5 in here. These are also removable and adjustable shelves. So if you do have a PlayStation 5 that takes up a little more room, you can fit that down there. And then in this Classic, one of the nice things about this floor plan is not only do you have 3 drawers down below, you also have this huge amount of storage here, right? So you can keep all your flip-flops, hiking boots, tennis shoes, trail runners, whatever it is that you need to bring with you. Cowboy boots, we should definitely get that in here. In this coach very comfortably. And you also have more storage up here, right? But this is the cat's meow. In this floor plan, you have more closet space, cedar lined on top of it, than you could ever hope for, with 2 different entry points, right? So you've got access for the stuff that you're using on the regular. Maybe you've got a favorite coat that you take hiking, maybe it's a rain jacket, bike kit, whatever it is. But then you have this huge amount of storage in the center as well, so you can store the things that you're using less frequently here in the middle of this coach. Now you'll note that this is of course a flat panel TV, as we see on all of our coaches these days. But in this build we also have built-in Starlink. So not only do you have a 43-inch smart TV with, you know, a very nice crystal clear screen. You also have the power to download what you like to on Hulu, Netflix, whatever it may be. Also, another feature that we're finding very convenient in these coaches, having a little bit of a nightstand, so a place to put your beverage down while you're sitting and watching a movie. Having a nice little tuck in, you can see that little pocket in there. So if you do have your cell phone plugged in down below, there's a 110 outlet, a USB outlet, and a Type-C outlet in both sides of this nightstand. But you don't have to worry about your phone falling down in the middle of the night, or you could have like a LaCroix, whatever it might be. And then a ton of extra storage up here as well. And again, as you can see, this is just such a beautiful grade of cabinetry in this coach, so solid. And then of course, one of our favorite features that we'll find in the Classic is the ceiling fan option. So we've got 2 ceiling fans in this unit. We've also opted for the upgraded decorative covers in the bedroom. These are just to hide your returns and to hide your air conditioning ducts, give you a little more of a classy look. And then right here against this wall, another 2 110 outlets and a full length mirror. Of course, this is where I would blow dry my hair and get ready in the morning. I don't do it in the bathroom. I actually like to do it standing up out in front of the mirror, get it nice and long and straight. But for any of you that are, you know, maybe steaming clothes, whatever it might be, because I know that when we go out into these magnificent campsites, we're not always just camping. Sometimes we're going out to nice dinners, visiting with friends. So this is a great place to be able to get ready to go. On that note, you also have a ton of privacy in this coach. We've got 2 different pocket doors and they magnetize together. So you've got plenty of privacy here. And then as you can see, this is the narrowest point of the coach. So this coach has also got a mid-bath. Jody, I'm going to trade places with you so we can cover that. Now the type of materials that we're looking at today are going to be the Summit interior with the Cape Cod, this is the gloss finished maple. So this is a beautiful, beautiful color. Very nice warm gray. It's not a cool gray. It's got a little bit of a taupey pink to it, if you will. So if you're looking for something that exudes a little more warmth, this is definitely a great light color for you. And then as you can see, we have again our countertop lighting. I've got these set to blue right now. We'll look a little bit later. I've got the kitchen set to Easter, which is all pastels. Again, more adjustable shelves. Another nice big mirror, nice medicine cabinet. The Project Black backsplash. So for those of you that are looking for the different types of materials, there's a number of different tile backsplashes you can choose. This is the Aurora Cloud countertop. And then another great amount of storage here in the center bath as well. Probably a good place to keep cleaning supplies and then, like, you know, maybe your toilet treatments. And then you've got power day shades. I'm sorry, not power, but manual day shades and night shades. And as you can see, this oatmeal color is a really nice complement to this, so it doesn't look dark in this coach when you have your shades deployed. Go ahead and pull that up. And then of course, it's really nice to have an opening window in here, as well as another fan up top. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. Oh, I didn't cover the back here, just to show you all the storage. I know that when you're looking at these coaches, especially in these smaller footprints, you want to make sure you've got enough room for everything. There's a ton of room, and another Santa Marin toilet with that eco and full flush as well. Another great feature of this coach, this is a triple slide, it's not a quad slide. So when this bedroom comes in, these 2 slides come together, so you wouldn't be able to access that rear bathroom going down the road, but you could certainly do all of your laundry and have a place to put it down until you arrive to your next location. And then I love this big pocket drawer. Here's where we can see that dovetailing. So that big pocket drawer is a great place to keep your Tide Pods and also probably your dryer sheets, anything like that. And I would keep probably linens there. I think if you kept an extra set of sheets there, it'd be a pretty convenient place to keep them. And it's got plenty of room for that. Another great feature of this coach, which I really adore, I would absolutely lower these shelves and use this hanging bar here. What a nice place to be able to keep all of your raincoats, all of your big heavy stuff. So when you're out camping, if you want to just pop in while everyone's hanging around the bonfire, grab a sweatshirt, it's all right there, very convenient for you. And then a ton of shelving here. Great place for beach towels, any of those bigger items that you might have, or you could even keep in there, you know, a toaster oven, a coffee pot, you know, any of those things that you have a hard time finding storage for that are taller, maybe a little bulkier, even like a quart pot, anything along those lines. But all of that being said, when you get into this kitchen, holy mackerel, talk about cabinet space. So you'll see these are our manual awning controls up top here. This again is another adjustable shelf, so change your height if you'd like. You'll notice that one of the things that's really interesting about the way the Classic is built is look at how tall these ceilings are. So not only do we have super tall ceilings, but if you've got some really tall friends, that's a 95-inch long bed opening. I mean, that is a huge bed, and it's got cross ventilation on either side. And the reason I started off with the curtains closed today is if you've got company and you want to stay up and play cards, but you want to have like somebody wants to take off and go to sleep early, you can close that up, still have everyone hanging out here in the front of the coach, and have a couple up here. That could be for two very tall people. It's not a small area. Another feature that's really nice about this coach, though, is that if I was to take this, and I'll just go ahead and put it up top for right now, and I was to slide the mattress over, I could actually also open up this 27 by 27 inch opening, and I would be able to have really easy access into the cab. So depending on how you're camping, you don't necessarily have to have it orchestrated for, hold on, there we go. You don't have to have it necessarily orchestrated for sleeping. It could also be for storage. So a lot of extra space there. And then with those two opening windows and the cross ventilation, you've got a ton of fresh air coming in for the people that are in that top bunk area. Then you'll notice here, this is where we have our Starlink mounted. So this is all integrated into the coach. Everything is controllable on your app. And again, that dovetail drawer, so nice to see in this RV. The build quality of the Classic with the fiberglass reinforced panels, and then also the vapor barrier that they put inside of it, really gives this coach a very nice ability to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter. But then on top of it, the amount of wood that they use in this coach and the robustness of it is going to give you a coach that's going to be very timeless. And this is a great opportunity to get into a nice product. And honestly, I'll tell you, if you've been watching the news, we've got a bunch of different EPA regulations coming down because of states like California and Oregon. So I know that in the next iteration of the Cascadia chassis, so that 5th generation that's coming out, it's really important to understand that 5th generation is aiming towards doing things like giving you better aerodynamics. There's pedestrian alerts that are coming into play, so a much more advanced safety system. So when this Cascadia chassis was redone, this is a P4 126, so they have a 116 and a 126. This is the bigger or longer nosed chassis. When they redid this chassis, they integrated something called the Detroit Assurance Package. So if you have a DD16 or a DD15 in your coach, so if you've got a Detroit engine on the Freightliner chassis, then the Detroit Assurance Package works completely. If you don't, you may lose things like your distance-based cruise control. So for instance, if you're running a Cummins engine and a Freightliner chassis in Detroit, you're not going to have that distance-based cruise control. You're going to have the emergency stop assist. You're going to have your lane tracking packages, maybe your Mobileye systems, but you're not going to have the full integration. So this coach has that full integration of the current safety suite. The upgraded features in the future are going to be things like pedestrian notifications. It'll actually allow the coach to stop, if there's someone crossing a crosswalk you might not see. And of course, these things are really important for big commerce drivers, but for those of us that are really tracking across the country and not really driving through major metropolitan areas on the regular, it's not such a big deal, right? So of course, we always like more safety, but one of the things that's happening is you're going to see the departure from the DD16. Yes, I'm going to tell you that right now. This is that big 1,850 foot-pounds of torque, this 600 horsepower engine. This engine is going to become a DD15, so less horsepower. That will be the offering. It'll be a DD15 and a DD13 for the 2026 model year. They'll start manufacturing production of these coaches later on this year, or these chassis. So you'll see that DD13 and DD15 come out first. And then it's rumored that after that, we're going to see the ISX. Now, once again, that's a Cummins engine. And as it stands now, Cummins does not play well with Detroit. So if you're looking for that big 600 horsepower, and you don't want to wait until they manufacture that chassis with the 2027 ISX 15-liter engine, then you better have a little bit of urgency now, because right now we're looking at major market conditions changing because of regulations, not because of want. So if you haven't had urgency in this market, if you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for things to come down in price, that's not happening. If you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity because maybe they'll come up with something new that makes it better, that certainly is happening in some regards. But if you want this big classic DD16 with your, with your 605 horsepower engine, carpe diem, man, seize the day. On that note, this coach does have the Allison transmission. Of course, the DT12 is becoming standardized across the entire country because of the fact that Allison is dedicating all of their 6-speed transmissions to war machines. That being said, a nice DD12 mixed in with a DD16 mixed in with the Detroit Assurance package is like kind of having all of the same brand of shampoo and conditioner in your bathroom. I don't know if you're like that. I'm sure these guys are like, oh lady. By the way, I want to just take a moment to address that. One of the reasons I do these videos is because this information is important, but if you can't get your wife to tune in and watch the video on the coach that you want, find my station. RVs Inside Out is designed to give you not only an exceedingly high level of quality information with accuracy, it's also designed to give you a coach where I can show off the interior of the coach, because at the end of the day, guys, I hate to tell you this, your wife doesn't care about the sewer bay. She doesn't care about your, your flow jet system. What she cares about is how many, of her pantry items are she going to be able to bring into the coach, how well built is the product, how durable, how attractive, how nicely finished is it. So these videos are designed not only for you, but they're designed for you to show your partner so that she can get on board and say, you know what, this is the coach for me. So if you like these videos, RVs Inside Out is chock full. I'm probably up to about 280 videos at this point in time. And they're all from the inside out so that you can see the stuff that really counts, like this 18 cubic foot Samsung refrigerator. This has been the same refrigerator forever. In 21, they took the door handles off. And then in 2024, they took the latches off and they gave you this really nice little magnet system where all you have to do is stick it in the hole and it's not going to pop open. Pretty genius if you ask me. Now back to the kitchen here, something we've also done for a long time is this really nice induction cooktop. True induction is really cool. It comes with a few different ways that it cooks. First and foremost, you can put a paper towel down on this cooktop and boil your water with settings 1 through 5, or you could set your cooktop by temperature. So for instance, at 360 degrees, you get the perfect fried egg. If you want it a little softer, you do 330 degrees. So you have that much control over the variance of the temperature on your cooktop. But when you put your paper towel down under your pot, it actually won't catch on fire because it's a magnetic form of heat. It's not like a heat coil, right? And where this counts is if you're driving something like this, there's a really strong chance that you're going up and over those big hills, those big, crests. So at different levels of altitude, whether you're high level or high mountain camping or your sea level camping, you're going to get the same performance out of this cooktop. Another nice feature about this is you've got slim fry, so you've got an air dryer in here. You've got a nice latched system. You've also got a convection and microwave oven. This is 1.7 cubic feet. This is a ton of space. If you wanted to bake a turkey for Thanksgiving dinner in this coach, you absolutely could. Here you guys, I've got some of my hair stuck in my microphone. Let me get that out so it doesn't make a bunch of scratchy noises. Okay, is that better? Okay, good. Sorry, guys. Microphones are super important to these videos, and if I get my hair stuck in them, it can make it really crackly sounding. More storage space up top. Again, adjustable shelves. If you wanted to put something big that you don't take up and down often, maybe that lower accessible space would be a place where you might keep your toaster oven, but you also might keep your coffee pot and toaster oven up here, or maybe a rice cooker, just because it's something that when you take it down, it's probably going to stay down and not be up and down so much. In terms of the drawer space here in the kitchen, because we were able to move our control panel with our circuit breakers over into that other panel, you have all the drawer space here in the center, place for all your spatulas as well as your silverware. And then as you can see here, your power shades in the rest of the coach. So let's see if we can get these to come down. There we go. So your day shades are going to be manual. Your night shades are going to be power everywhere except for in the restrooms. So as I mentioned, this is a very, very nice look inside of this coach, because when you see this oatmeal colored colored shade come down, it still feels really nice and soft in here. It doesn't have those big black squares. And it's funny, I had never really thought about that until I was putting shades in my house. And one of my friends that helped me set up my blinds said, do you really want white blinds? Don't you want something that's more the color of the paint so that they kind of blend in and they don't stick out, they don't create these big squares all over your living space? And in doing that, you feel like this is a really big area. But I want to point out that even though we have so much room in this coach, this is what would be the fourth slide on a lot of coaches. This is a stationary slide. Or not stationary, this is not a slide. This is a stationary wall here on this coach. And because of the layout of this RV and the decor that they have chosen for this, as you can see, it still feels really, really roomy. And then another nice feature of this coach is something that we see across Renegade and all of their higher product lines. You get a full wall of these cabinets. These are a great place to keep shoebox containers, and those little plastic ones that you get at Costco. And you just take a label maker and you put your labels all the way down in alphabetical order, so you can always find, you know, if it's outdoor kitchen supplies or batteries and flashlights, whatever it is that you're going to do, you just look for them alphabetically instead of having to try to memorize where you set them in the coach. You know that if it's towards the end of the alphabet, it's going to be further down to the right, and if it's at the beginning, it's going to be further to the left. Another great feature of this coach is this little bed here. So if you do have your kids staying with you, there's a ton of sleeping room in this RV. Now, of course, we don't always want to have people with us, but if you have a situation where you've got littles and maybe they're not with you all the time, but you need an extra space, you would have enough room for one child up here, maybe one or two, and then the couch also transforms into a bed. So this could have a ton of sleeping in it. I would personally keep these in the bays underneath. These cushions that you use to make the bed are in the drawers underneath here. This is a great amount of storage space. I have a medium duty semi truck. I don't have a big, beautiful P4 Cascadia. I've got the M2106. But underneath my, my booth dinette, I keep all of my plates, all of my dishware, all of my napkins and placemats. That way when I'm cooking, making dinner, the kids can be setting the table. So super nice feature here. As you can see, very easy to use. And then another great feature of this coach is going to be, just make sure I get that locked, is going to be this booth. So here I am at the end, right? And I'm not like the hugest person in the world. I'm trying to get smaller actually, but as we scoot over, you can see I have plenty of room for two people here. I also have a great place to be able to sit back and relax. And Jody, if you would just turn around and show that television right there above the door. This is one of the features of this coach that I really, really love. So the first RV that I ever purchased from this dealership was a 2020 Renegade Verona. And I've got to tell you, like, as I said earlier, for those of you that are out there shopping, manufacturers have changed hands. Some of the best brands that were ever built in the United States have sold to other companies. It has really compromised the product quality of some of the favorites that you've had across this industry. This product line from Renegade has done nothing but improve. It's gotten better year after year. They are on top of telematics. This has got a Wi-Fi signal booster. You know, that's different because it's newer, because it's better. They're constantly improving, integrating Starlink, you know, and not just integrating Starlink, but integrating it through WineGuard so that it's actually homogenized into your entire application of your apps. I mean, they've really just done a great job at keeping up not only with just the manufacturing quality, but also the technology as they go. And then they take things that they know people like. So it used to be that you could only get this in a certain number of coaches, but now you've got these cup holders that you pretty much find across the board standard. These are huge for when you're going down the road. Having a Type-C interface as well as a USB interface is huge. We all have different technologies, and then having the two 110 outlets, maybe you have a laptop and a monitor. Maybe you're both working from the coach. I mean, all of these things that Renegade has done year after year are pretty fantastic. I just want to point out over here, we've got a little vent. So when you see these vents that you see underneath here, these are being powered by what is the 600D Aqua Hot unit. The 600D Aqua Hot unit, if you've ever looked at like a Newmar, like a Supreme Air, They run an Oasis system. It's got a 2-filament AC system, so when you're plugged into 50 amp, you can have AC1 and AC2. Same thing goes with a 600D. It gives you a second electric filament, and then it's got a burner system. So this coach has 120-gallon fuel capacity. It has a 13-gallon def tank. You can run your tankless hot water heater off of your burner system without being plugged in, or you can plug into 50 or 30 amp and run your AquaHot system, right? Your 600D. This is a big, robust system. And then on top of that, because of the newer technology available, Renegade's gone to Victron. So this has got a Victron energy management system with 2 Victron inverters, so no longer Magnum, Victron inverters, Victron solar control panels. So this one's got it's got 800 amp hours of solar, so it's got 4 panels on top of the coach. It also has a dedicated Victron inverter for your central air conditioning. So you have central air that you can run because there's an alternator charging those house batteries. You can charge your lithium ion batteries. This has got 3 270 amp hour lithium ion batteries on it. You can charge it 810 amp hour battery system, keep it rolling, and it can run your air conditioner off of the battery while you're going down the road without having to have your generator on. It's also hugely convenient for anyone who wants to have a coach that's boondock capacity, 150 gallons of fresh water, 75 gallons of gray, 75 gallons of black water, and an air conditioner that you can run off of your batteries overnight while you're sleeping without running your generator. Now, is this a big deal? Absolutely. It's not a big deal for a lot of people, but if you're somebody who's trackside, maybe you're going to NASCAR races, maybe your daughter's into equestrian, you know, who knows? Maybe you have you've got, you know, somebody who's into motocross, whatever it may be. If you don't want to run your generator next to your neighbors, it would be really nice to be able to run your air conditioner on a hot day. You can do that in this coach. And again, with this Mad Max, you know, our reinforced plywood. So this really this FRP, you have within the vapor barrier. So keep in mind, you want to make sure you see that vapor barrier on your build sheet. You have the capacity of having a coach where you can really manage the temperature inside of this unit wherever you are. Now you'll notice here the countertops, as I mentioned earlier, they're not green and blue and turquoise. I wanted to kind of show you how you could change and differentiate the countertop colors here, because you might be wanting to have disco party one night, but there might be nights that you just want to have a nice chill color. You can choose any of these and make them stationary, or you can have them roll through I've got them going again. And now again, this is that Project Black backsplash against the Aurora Cloud countertops. Just absolutely beautiful. Renegade's always had the advantage here where they have enough room for a full-size trash can underneath. That's a huge benefit in this coach. And then of course I love my scrubby drawer. This is a great place to keep a bottle brush, a few sponges out of way, so you can clean up, you know, before you hit the road. And then one of the features that I really like about this coach, Renegade used to do these ceramic sinks. I love the stainless steel. Like, you make it simple, spray and pour features for both. So, but make it simple, make it easy, make it simple to clean, make it timeless. Another nice feature, having your hooks here by the door. I've got 3 little Frenchies. I'm sure we could put all of their coats and their leashes up there for walkies if we wanted to go in and out. That would be if I could actually take them camping with me, but I can't, because if I open the door, it would be like Gone with the Wind. They would just be running forever because they don't listen for a darn. If you want to go camping and you want a great dog for camping, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got Belle, Ollie, and Henry. They're not camping dogs. Don't get Frenchies for camping. No, we see them, but not 3. 3 is chaos. This is a step cover. This is, I mean, here, I'll pull it out just so you can see it. Dude, it is so, here, I'll pull it the whole way out. Oh, and I haven't converted the couch yet before we go outside, but holy crap. Talk about like heavy duty, well built, you know, Mad Max. There's just nothing that Renegade does in a soft or gentle demeanor. I mean, everything that they do is so just like over the top, durable. Like, really, if you wanted to ever have like an apocalypse, this is the vehicle you'd want to have in your barn, waiting for you to jump in and hold out until the aliens depart the earth. Oh boy, I'll probably get a lot of comments on that one. All right, so these fit perfectly on that countertop, by the way. And then my favorite bed of all time. I love this bed. So I had this in my 2020 Renegade Verona. This is so comfy. If anyone wants to challenge me on this, I promise you one thing. This has got way more cushion than my hide-a-bed does, because I've got a full-size hide-a-bed. It's also plenty of room for 2 adults. So again, you could have littles. You could have your kids bring their 3 or 4 children with you and go camping. I know no one wants to do that, but you could actually really do that pretty easily. And as you can see, it just all ties in together so simply, so easy to put up and down. And look at the girth. I mean, that is a girthy pillow. Girthy, is that a word? I made it. I'll tell you what, I invent words all day long, and that's a good one, girthy. Also, just to keep the littles from fighting, there's another few outlets over here on this side. So plenty of room to keep all of the devices charged. Lots and lots of room in this coach for going down the road. Let me go ahead and put this back where it was. Cup holders built into the couch. That's a big deal, right? And then something that we haven't covered yet is this panel right here. But where I want to cover this panel isn't here, because here's your home screen, fresh gray black water. You can turn your water pump on and off. You can tell I've got the generator running. You can tell I've got my 3 15,000 BTU air conditioners. I have all of my slide control, my awning controls. It's super nice today. I was actually able to put the awnings out. I've got my ceiling fans here. I've got, you can see I've got my floor bay climate control. So my bays are also heated. And then I've got my 2 zones heated floors. So I've got my floors here. I can turn my AquaHot electric on. I can do my AquaHot burner. I've got, again, all of my power management systems, all of my lights, front, rear, exterior lighting. I can change my my red, green, blue. It's an RGB setup is what they call it, but I can change in all the different rooms how I want to have it on. So one of the things that's super nice about this system is this entire system is right here. Now you'll notice that there's a Vega, and there's the Mirror app, and then there's the Eclipse app. The Eclipse app is the app that you can Wi-Fi into the coach. So you can actually Wi-Fi into this, and then, oh, I'm gonna ignore, I'm trying not to do this update. It wants me to do an update. But all those things that I just showed you are right here in this app. So I have all the control for my entire coach, including, and what we're gonna do right now, my slides. So I can go over here to my slide control, and I can hit retract. And check this out. This is the new hydraulic slide they just installed. But look at how fast that goes in. I'm not going to do the 2 outdoor bedroom slides because I don't think you care about. We already talked about how when those close in, you're going to have to crawl through the crawl over the bed to get to the rear bathroom. But you still have, again, this is the narrowest point of this coach. If you have a gigantic dog, look at how much room you have in here. I mean, you could have, like, what does Teresa have? She has a Saint Bernard. Dude, I'm telling you, Putty would be totally stoked to be in this coach camping with Teresa. I think Putty would be pretty much happy to do anything. Putty's like the happiest dog I've ever met in my entire life. All of that being said, though, plenty of room for Putty. This TV does pop off the wall, so if everyone's sitting around here, including my far back space where I would have my Prosecco, you can, angle this TV. The sound bar has a subwoofer. It's got great surround sound for even if you're not doing movie night. If you're just listening to your track list, you can Wi-Fi into that. And then we've got the nice keypad here. There's no doorbell. So, I mean, I think Renegade, if you're listening, my Newmar has a doorbell. I think Newmar don't listen, but I think I'd rather have a Classic with a doorbell than what I have. But I mean, we all have aspirations and dreams, right? This is definitely one of my favorite RVs. So really nice screen system, nice setup here, and then nice solid door. Now this is a full paint finish. This is a $34,000 paint job on this coach. Yes, it's all white. When you use FRP, the panels tend to be a little bit different in coloration. So to give you a nice uniform color, we've been ordering all of our Classics with full paint. So this is a full paint finish in all white. It looks super awesome against this badass black wheel package that you get from Renegade. So you don't have to get this. You can get your regular chrome wheels, but I'll tell you what, when you got that, instead of having the chrome strip here that you get in that 126 and the P4 Cascadia, we've got a black painted chrome gill. We've also got the black painted grille. Again, we talked about that adaptive cruise control. We talked about the fact that you got your lane tracking package. So you can see right here, there's your big blind spot assist sensors for radar to the right of the coach. So a lot of these things are gonna stay the same on that 5th generation P4 Cascadia build, but they change the vents so that there's a little more air coming in over the wheels. They're increasing the aerodynamics. And then again, this coach right now where you've got this big Detroit DD16, this is gonna be like one of the last ones that we see. After we get done building on this current chassis, when these 2026 chassis start coming out, we're gonna see a DD15 instead of this gigantic DD16, which of course is so tried and true. So for those of you that are interested in this, again, urgency is important. Make sure that you don't find yourself thinking you could always get one later. If you don't put this little latch down right here, this will lock in place so it can't blow shut. So you just gotta make sure you turn that around. And then before we close it up, jump points are right here for your chassis battery. So is your windshield washer fluid. It's over here on this side. All of your fluids, of course, are really easy to access here. And then one of the things that's really nice about our camera systems is, so everything is a Voyager camera system. So your side angle cameras, your overhead cameras, everything is a really nice integrated system all through Voyager, so that all integrates really well. And then this coach has a ton of extra camera wiring, pre-wiring done. So if you like to keep a camera inside of your stacker trailer, you can do that for security purposes, or maybe you've got livestock that you're going to try to keep an eye on. So it's interesting, they don't call this rhino liner. They call it like gray material. But these are all kind of rhino lined cabinets. There's those 3 Dragonfly batteries. Again, those are going to be 270 amp hours with your 2 3,000 watt inverters. And again, this whole system works together. Your solar controller, everything is Victron. So it's a very, very homogenized use of current technology. Again, Newmar and Renegade do such a good job at staying up with the Joneses, but I just have to tell you, another 43-inch flat screen Samsung TV with a sound bar. Yeah, Renegade just does a great job. Great job keeping up with technology. This is, again, that 600D Aquahot unit. And so as you can see, there's multiple zones here. It's just a little different than what you would find in the 450D. This is an upgrade for this coach. If there's an upgrade available for this coach, it has it. That's how we're ordering them. We know that this is kind of the last of the Mohicans. Make sure that we get them right. Air chuck there is just to help you air up your paddle boards. Maybe you've got a low tire, you can get it filled up. I certainly wouldn't start from flat with that. It'd take you a long time to fill up that tire. Extra side marker lights, another nice feature. So all of the extra lights that we can have on the outside, and as you can see, these are all LEDs, super bright, really good for illuminating what's next to you. Also, any of the extra awnings that we can have. So you've got these big dual pitch Girard awnings that angle down to give you coverage. And then you also have this really nice window awning in the bedroom just to keep the sun off. So if you don't have your big awnings out, you can still have your small awning out, keeping the sun off of you in the morning. Really nice lights here to be able to back up into your parking space. And then of course you can see here, these are both, when they're facing in, what does that mean? That means that they actually drive, right? So if they're like an Audi belly button, that means they turn. These don't turn. This is not a tag axle. This is a twin screw. You can engage this to be a 4x4. If you want to go snowmobiling, this is the beast. You want to go down to Baja in the sand, this is the beast. This is the coach. This is Mad Max. This is the coach that gets you out of everything you can do. And yes, there are 8 tires back here, not 6. So consider that you're going to have a little more cost affiliated with replacing your tires. But the other cool thing is you've got a whole bunch of spares back here. You got 4 spare tires in this bad boy in the center alone. So Very, very cool feature of this coach. You can hear that generator humming right here. That's a 12.5 kilowatt generator. We do have the tray here. We do not have the Dometic in here, and we also don't have the Truma. So there's two different types of refrigerator freezer combinations you can have. When you see them installed by Renegade, they will install a Truma system. We have a lot of people that like their Dometics. They've had them for a long time, and they might be moving it from one coach to the next. So what we've been doing is putting trays in there so that they don't have to buy a new refrigerator. They can just move it over. And then over here you can see you got a little extra tile, all of your your hoses for your central vac system. And one of the other interesting features about FRP, so you can see there's no fancy, you know, fiberglass butt on this coach. She's got a flat ass. That gives you 4 inches more room inside of the RV because it's got that flat panel on the rear of it. So you've actually got more room because of this. And then we have the extra integrated brake lights, again, extra camera systems, and all pre-wired for you. And again, 30,000 pound towing capacity. If you are going to have a stacker, you could do that. This is a 40,000 pound hitch. Of course, you're going to have to weigh your coach. I'm going to turn off this generator. I can turn the generator off here on my phone. I can start it on my phone, or I can simply just pop in here and hit the stop button and turn it off right there. But again, that's your 12.5 quiet diesel generator running off again of 120 gallons of fuel. You've got a power cord in this rear compartment, a little grommet down below. Make sure you put that cover back on. This cord will tend to leak when you're going over bumps. If you leave that off, very good chance you'll be dragging your cord by the time you get to your campsite. And that's speaking from experience in my 2020 Renegade. Surge protector built in. I get a lot of questions. Do I need to add an extra surge protector? No, you don't. But I mean, if you're going to blow something up, wouldn't it be more fun to blow something up that you could throw away as opposed to something you had to replace inside your coach? So yeah, get an extra surge protector. Keep it inside. If you're in Southern California and they're going to steal it, don't use it. And if you're, you know, in Montana and, you know, there's a, you know, heavy storm rolling through, have it plugged in. It depends on where you're going to be. You don't need to have it, but it's not a bad idea. So I wanted to show you again, just with this rear slide out, you still have plenty of access to get into your water bays. So Renegade's very smart in how they set this up. Your water bay is all accessible right here. So even with your slide fully deployed, got plenty of room to get in here and get underneath. The whole house water filter has gone to a clear housing this year. I think that that's a great idea. You can see a little storage container right there. The little white thing on the bottom is for your gravity hose. This has got the flow jet macerator system, so it's a double macerator. You don't really need that hose, but it's always good to have a backup. And then your freshwater hose is on a power reel. You can kind of see where it retracts up there underneath. So you're not dragging and having to roll a bunch of hoses in. And then right here is that flow jet system. And one of the things that's nice about these is there's a few different adapters that you can put on here, but you'll see here, you can actually put in a hose adapter on this coach. I don't know what that's for. Oh, maybe it goes this way. But regardless, so you can put, this comes off. You can put a hose adapter on here. So if you wanted to be able to pump your 75 gallons of gray water out into a storm drain because you had a little laundry that was still not finished, you could do that and have that extra room in here. And again, when you've got 150 gallons of fresh water, the chances of you running out of gray water space are pretty significant. So being able to dump that gray water into a local drain with a hose up a hill maybe would be really nice. And of course you wouldn't use that for your black water tank, but it'd be handy for your gray water. Now there are sensors on here. There's sea level tank monitoring sensors. You can read all of your tank levels from your app or inside of the coach. They are also heated so they won't freeze. This is where you would put your air chock. This is your chassis batteries. And as you can see, they're keeping the chassis batteries separate from the lithium batteries. And that's a great system. No arcing will happen there. So this fuel tank is a 120 gallon single fill tank. I like dual fill. It's a little faster. You've got a 13 gallon def tank. Not really a big deal. But in the configuration of this, because of weight That's how Renegade does it for all of the classics for the most part. It's also how we do it with our Supreme Airs and Newmar. So you have a little plug here. This is, of course, if you want to keep your engine warm. And keep in mind, this is again a great coach to take snowmobiling. So we're going to get up in here into this cabinet and just talk briefly about some of the things that make this thing go. Jody, I don't know. Are you to try this? He's doing it. So one of the things that's really nice about this Freightliner chassis is steering wheel controls. Also, this panel system has things. So if I push this little button here, I can actually see my tires, what kind of heat they have. I can also see what kind of air pressure they have, and I can also see what kind of battery life I have in these TPMS sensors. I can sync my phone. I can run everything I need to right here from voice control, and this whole entire panel right here is to help me work with my brake assist, my lane tracking package, and then this control panel here is for the center. Do I have my keys down there? I think I put them down. I do. Oh, poor Jody. He's gonna hand me my keys. It's like, come on, Katie. It would just be so much easier. I took them with me so I would have them. I just put them down before I got back in. Okay, so if you start your engine and your horn is going crazy, it's because your engine's running and your door is open. So just know, like, I've had people who are like, oh my God, my car or my RV won't, the horn won't stop honking. On this Freightliner chassis, if it's in drive and your brake is released and the engine's running, it wants to make sure that you're not going to fall out of your door. And so it honks the horn incessantly. So I've had a lot of people where their passenger door wasn't closed all the way. So you can see here though, look at how nice this dash is. This is really quite amazing. So you have your lane tracking package, you've got you've got the time, the temperature outside, your radio station. And again, we have all of our, let me just go ahead, I'm gonna pop this on. All of our air pressures, and then our def tank, our fuel tank, and then everything here again. So super nice that you can actually see all of your tire pressures, all of your temperatures, your battery life, all of that right here. And you know, one of the nicest features of this coach is that you have so much of your control is going to be touch. So you can just touch these hard buttons down below, and then you also have the ability to swipe. You've got volume control here, got volume control here. I can control all of this right here. So let me go up to my home screen. So I can control all of this without having to reach over and touch right here. So you can see I can run through all of my different devices. So this way I'm focusing on driving with my eyes straight ahead. The other great feature of this is going to be my 360 camera, my surround camera. Everything is going to be right here in the center of my coach, so I can see all of my different displays right here without having to look around. Other great benefit of this coach, tons of pocket storage. Oh, that's our recover device. That's in case you tried to steal us, we could find you. But if you wanted to be able to keep sunglasses, your wallet, your cell phone, if you want to get a Cobra system, of course you can get that installed up here. My favorite feature, I actually used this morning to put my lip gloss on. I love having a mirror in the coach. And then I love the fact that my engine brake is stock controlled. And of course, with this huge displacement of this engine, you've got a really robust engine brake. So you have a high, medium, and low setting. And then you can also see that your reverse is right here. And I'll show you this camera system because it's pretty awesome. See? So you have your distance, so it tells you how many feet you have before you hit the car behind you, because it's hard to tell when you're in these big things, like how much space you actually have. So the fact that they have a grid line on there is super nice. You've got a Kurt Spectrum integrated brake controller, trailer brake, air brake supply if you've got a big trailer. Of course, that's your front parking brake. And then all the luminosity for your footwell. This is going to be your lane tracking package. If you want to turn that off, you can really easily turn that off. Of course, if you're in the mountains, you might have that be really annoying. So you just reach down and turn it off right there. The other thing, I talked about this earlier, but you can lock all of your diffs, and you can also dump your suspension manually, so you'll have a little more room or a little bit lower profile if you're trying to get something moved onto the back of this coach. Another nice feature right here, this little plug-in here, this Type-C, that's for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So you have all of these different features in this coach. And so if you're using your RV nav, you can use that and still have your trackless playing. God, that's loud when the door is open. Or you have, that's the polite version. And then you'll see over here, you got power heated mirrors, left and right power windows, power door locks, nice black wood finish. No more of that fake wood looking finish. These Sears seats are so sick. I love this. It's called Raven is the color of the black. It's like so black. And they're so soft and they're adjustable. You just twist this little knob here, get your arm height right. But yeah, this is, turn off the engine. Jody says he's giving me the, oh, you should see how it says Cascadia in silver. It's just, the digital dash is amazing. Everything about this coach is just totally kick-ass. Oh, there's the other awning. Look at the size of that thing. You want to talk about a nice way to stay cool on a hot day? Come hang out in my all-white Classic. That'd be a good idea. So yeah, this is a beast. It's for sale. You could have it. This is the stock number. It's 5N240318. This is probably one of my favorite coaches. The 41 CRB is so awesome. It's so cool to be able to bring it to you today. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV. If you want good information, accurate information, and somebody who's had experience driving one of these rigs, I drive mine myself, so that oftentimes will help with experience. I could talk to you about the differences between the transmissions. I can talk to you about parking, turning radiuses, all of those things. Let me know. I'd love to know how I can get you on the road and camping. Thanks for tuning in.